This is the BH1X driver board, stepper motor driver controller board from Source 2. It's teamed up with a Detech Size 14 short stack stepper motor. This video is to show you how to, in essence, set up this test kit and to run the motor via the motor driver controller. The motor is connected into the board over on this side, on the capacitor side. There's an 8-pin connector. We're using the 4 middle pins, leaving 2 pins exposed on each side to connect the motor. This other connector here is providing power and communication to the board to control the motor. This connector is being looped back over to an RS485 to USB converter, which is converting to USB, which is plugging into the computer just off your screen right over here. So the computer's plugged into the converter, providing both power to a power supply, which is not yet plugged in, and communication and power to the board, which is then running signals to the motor. Okay, with everything connected, I'm now going to apply power to the power supply, at which time the board comes to life. We have 2 LEDs. One is a solid LED, and a second LED is flashing to indicate the pulse or the heartbeat of the board, just to make sure everything's running fine. We have an HMI interface here, very simple, allows the user to input key variables like speed, positions, micro-stepping if you want to, accelerations, and pretty much control the power by choosing what size motor you're trying to run here. So I do have a couple of programs that I've put in place. I'll do another one real quick. We're going to choose a motor speed of about, let's say, in this case, 2,000. We're going to move about 10,000. We're going to choose size 11 in this case because it's a short stack 14. And then step size is, let's do quarter stepping. Acceleration's about, now let's say 5. You have 1 through 8, we'll say 5. And I'm going to copy that command string, which has been created for me by choosing these variables. I want to choose that, have that copy here in the 3rd string. So I choose 3, copy to string 3, and the command is there. I'm actually going to go in here and modify the code. It's telling it to move out 10,000 pulses. I'm going to have it come back to 0 once it's done by inserting an A0. So 10,000 and back, and then press run. So it ran fine, and you now have the opportunity to go ahead and change variables either up here through this screen where you can have it, insert the commands for you, or once you become familiar with the variables, for example, motor speed is a big V, position is a big A, acceleration is an L, you can see those in the code here. You can go over here and you can add different variables or changes to it, whether it be speed or acceleration or power. This has it going out 10,000 and back to 0. Now I'm going to say, okay, once you go back to 0, let's go out to 3,000. Then we'll go back to 2,000. And then we'll go back to 4,000. And then we'll go back to 0. And then press run. So if you want to go a little bit faster, I'm going to, let's try 3,000 and see what that does for a speed. So you can simply modify the string, the command string, and affect the performance of the motor. And very simple to set up, and that's the operation and setup of the BH1X motor driver controller from Source 2. And the motor is from Detech. Thank you. One other quick point I would like to mention is the BH1X board can be all joined together via one bus line. So one communications cable, power and communications can be placed in series between multiple boards, and then you can assign via the switch up to 16 different axes of motion depending on the number of axes of motion in your instrument. So this could be 1, 2, 3, and 4, all connected by one cable. And then when you do your commands, in this case where I'm choosing /1 for motor 1, which is this one in this case, this command could be /2, /3, /4, 2, 3, 4. You could be running up to 4 and again up to 16 different motors via the software. And this HMI can also support that as well.